It's the Daily Dog.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Daily Doug. Thanks for being here. Today we are going to do my second reaction video. So a couple days ago I did my very first reaction video to Iron Maiden's Fear of the Dark. It was a suggestion by my brother, and I had a good time doing it, put it out on YouTube, and to my surprise, there were a lot of Iron Maiden fans that found this and were quite supportive. So thank you guys for the easy initiation into listenership and appreciation of Iron Maiden. And a bunch of folks messaged and commented and said that you should, if you're going to listen to Iron Maiden, you should really listen to Rime of the Ancient Mariner, which is, I guess, one of their very famous songs. And my inclination was just to go and listen to it and see what the hubbub was all about. But I thought, no, I'll just wait. And so this is going to be a true reaction. I have not heard the song before. I have not listened to it. I do know a little bit about the poem that it's based on. It's by Samuel Coleridge, and I think it was written in the late 1700s, like right before we get to the year 1800. And it's a very long poem. So I know this is a relatively long song. I'm looking at the track listing here. It's 13 minutes and 50 seconds. So buckle in. But I'm going to be curious to see how the band approaches this long of a poem from a standpoint of form. Like, how do they arrange the pieces musically to make it fit as a narrative? It's going to have to be a narrative approach to this because there's a lot of words. I don't know if they adapted the poem just as it is, or if it's if there's bits that are kind of picked and chosen. So that's what I'll be looking for. I'll also be listening to see like what they do with tempo and key changes. That was what was most interesting to me the last time. So let's dive right in. So this is Rime of the Ancient Mariner by Iron Maiden. This is from, I think it says Flight 666 DVD. All right, let's get it going. Let's see what we got. Rime of the Ancient Mariner. Oh, they're in New Jersey. That's where I'm from. That's where I live.
So I'll introduce this song the same way that I did in a slightly lighter, more vulgar tone that I did at Long Beach Arena 1984. This is what not to do if your bird shits on you. The Rime of the Ancient Mariner!
Bird meaning a girl, I'm guessing. Is this from Britain? Okay, off the bat, that's a very common rhythmic it's a very common rhythmic thing we do in music to signify a journey. Right? It's a very common musical trope rhythmically. It's going to be hard for me to understand it though. B minor, C, D, E. It's the same progression, the same basic progression, still a minor key, as Fear of the Dark was. 1, flat 6, flat 7, 1. But a step higher, so those high notes are high Bs. Parallel thirds. Nice dueling guitars. Over C, over D. So that little motive that they're playing can work over all of those chords. That's why it really sounds nice. Well, he's got great command of the stage. Waiting for a change. So they presented a couple of verses. same narrative.
Everywhere, all the birds can shrink. Water, water, everywhere, there ain't any drugs to drink.
I tried to grow my hair long one time. Didn't really work. Yeah, it's same driving rhythmic. Okay, the repetition.
There goes the mariner, here comes the ship on the line.
Yeah, the repetition of that made me think they were getting ready to change something. So it sounds like he did a large triplet to the old tempo, and then that became the big beat for the new stuff. And this, that's high. This new tempo is in compound meter, which is also a variation of that same rhythm from before, that trek, the going on a journey type of rhythm. They're nice and socially distanced on stage, good for them. It's got pipes. Okay, key change. That rhythmic motive in the bass is really cool. The only thing I don't like about it is it sometimes doubles the lead guitars. I think there's something different musically you could do to make that a little bit more interesting. But maybe the point is to make it driving and assertive. Nice slow down, there's a gong. Every drummer needs a gong. Okay, now that's interesting, y'all. Augmented chords? Yeah. It's like A augmented to like G augmented. Parallel augmented chords. Those don't happen very often, especially in heavy metal. This is very cool. And the sound effect of the creaking on a ship, that's a nice touch, y'all. Is the drummer hitting like bells?
One after one, by the star-duggered moon, too quick for groan or sigh, each turned his face with a ghastly pang and cursed me with his eye.
Okay, now that's cool.
4 times 15 living men, and I heard no sigh nor groan. With heavy thump,
This comes out before or after Thriller?
dropped down.
I'm wondering who copied who. Still augmented chords. This is really cool. If you're going to use them, these are symmetrical chords that really don't have a grounding. So the musical effect is to give a sense of we're not sure where it's going to go next, or uneasiness or uncenteredness. Okay, now it's minor over that same A. C minor over G, I think. They needed this section, I think, as a big central section that's quite different musically from the beginning. I expect the beginning stuff to be coming back at some point from a formal standpoint. This is a very effective way to also break up a very long poem so that you don't have a ton of words all happening all the time. major? Mi fa sol for you solfege fans at home in D. Spoke too soon. Now they switch to D minor. Major. It's like hopeful. Back to minor.
Then the spell starts to break.
It's awesome how they have all these people just really interested in story time.
Sinks down like lead into
All of
the
this
sea.
is over one chord. It's over D, whether it's major or minor. War is tight pairs to get that note. Okay, they were in D, now over the minor 5A. Now this is A minor. Okay. Flat 6, flat 7, 1 in A. This is interesting, y'all. So it mimics this compound meter section was the B section before, and now that's coming back first, but in the key of A minor. Let it boy. Again, that same progression they were using for the guitar solos in Fear of the Dark. That's 4 phrases. Another guitar solo? Yep. Okay, that's interesting. So they went from A down to E. That's the same way they went from D down to A, right? And then now they went from A down to E. Now they're back where they came from. So the beginning section might be starting to come back. We've done this before. That's interesting. Does that have a modulate back? Or okay, yeah, that's how they rhythmically get themselves back into the slower, straight tempo. It's a sophisticated compositional tool. They're back in E minor where they started. This is reminding me of like an arch form, where the first section is A, then it goes to B, and then C, and then back to B, and then back to A. It's like a palindrome as a way to organize their the setting of musical ideas. I wish that the melody, the vocal melody, had a little bit more up and down in these big sections. I know that he had the contrast in the middle of the song, but he's up above the staff on those high G's and high B's all the time. thing that I'm noticing is there's not a lot of pyrotechnics in Extra Show. They're just fucking playing. Awesome. And a gong at the end. All right. Woo! Well, that was fun. Rime of the Ancient Mariner. Yeah, I get a little bit of it now. I get a little bit more of a sense of how they might be a little, about how they might put together a longer song or a more narrative involved song. I really enjoyed the middle part. I hate to say it more than the rest of it. I might steal that for one of my classes to show my students how you might use augmented triads as the basis for a section of music. It's kind of fun. Just one little aside, one of the main reasons historically why I have not been extremely into metal is because I find the actual sound of these power guitar chords that are distorted through the amps to be very overpowering and almost burdensome. It normally after a couple minutes or maybe a song or two, and then my ear just gets tired of hearing it as a musical timbre, a musical color. But popping in and really taking a peek at the music that bands like this make is illuminating to look at it from a fresh perspective. So thank all y'all, the Iron Maiden fandom, for tolerating me and taking a listen, and thanks for letting me be a part of the new listenership. Iron Maiden, who would have thunk it? All right, thanks everybody. We will see you next time on The Daily Doug.